We are on one big blue and green planet floating amongst an empty void. Well, that's not all true. We aren't the only thing in space. In fact, we are far from it. There are countless stars, planets, and solar systems just waiting to be discovered. And in the coming future, we are going to take our first steps towards more long-distance space travel. So, why don't we take a look into the future for humans and life as we know it? The Moon. Since our recent success of NASA's uncrewed Artemis mission to the Moon, we have made great strides in finding long-term solutions for living more extended durations on the Moon. And although we have made astounding progress in technology since 1972, we still have a ways to go before we could call it a new home. Earth is kind of perfect for life to flourish. It's in the habitable zone and it has stable atmosphere. Something that cannot be said for the Moon. A day on the Moon takes 29.5 Earth days. And during daytime, the temperature would be 260 degrees Fahrenheit. While at night time would be negative 280 degrees Fahrenheit. This means that all lunar bases would need to be heavily insulated. This could be achieved by using lunar regolith, which is made up from lunar rock dust. Unfortunately, lunar dust is extremely sharp and was known to cause rashes and irritation. This is because there are no weathering effects to soften the dust particles like on Earth. And because of the lower gravity, dust gets kicked up a lot easier. Loss in bone density would also be something to take into account. Living on the Moon for sustained periods of time would cause bones to get weaker due to the lower gravity. We would have to exercise daily to keep our bones strong. That is, however, if we ever wanted to return to Earth. Well, it should also be mentioned that we haven't made any plans to make any lunar settlements or moon cities, as there are many difficulties present, and it's not as promising as Mars. So unfortunately, your dreams of living on the Moon in a big lunar civilization may stay dreams. Mars is our main candidate for more permanent colonization. Although it is farther than the Moon, it has some key similarities to Earth that make it more viable. Namely, a day on Mars is around 24.5 hours. On the other hand, gravity is 34% the gravity of Earth. 100 pounds would weigh 38. The atmosphere on Mars is way too thin for humans, let alone any life. Even water is not able to stay in a liquid form because of its atmosphere. Melting ice would turn it straight into gas. Although there have been studies that suggest the atmosphere was thicker in the past, and Mars is to have vast oceans, and maybe even some microorganism life. Mars dust is as sharp as moon dust, as there are some weathering effects from windstorms to soften the particles. To bring Mars oceans back, we would need to thicken the atmosphere. Thickening the atmosphere is a problem that has been very hard for scientists to solve, as this barren planet doesn't have much to work with. And with our technology today, it is probably impossible. Even extracting all the trapped carbon on Mars would only thicken the atmosphere by around 7%. Terraforming Mars to be like Earth may take 1,000 years, but that won't stop us from trying. It is estimated that the first human will arrive on Mars in 2029, and shortly after we could expect Martian bases. This one fascinates me the most, and you may soon find out why. Europa is a moon that orbits Jupiter, and may find it has a surface of ice, an ocean under it. And deep below, there are signs of thermal activity, likely caused by the gravitational pull of Jupiter. Because of the possible water and thermal burns, Europa is one of the places in our solar system where there is a chance of life. Who knows what is hiding under the icy surface? Maybe small microorganisms, or maybe even different types of unknown alien species waiting to be discovered. Life on Earth was able to live off thermal vents, so why can't Europa's? Life in Earth oceans is sometimes crazy resilient, called dark and harsh climates, so maybe it is the same on Europa. The Europa Clipper mission will launch in October 2024 and will arrive in 2030. So I guess we will have to wait and see what is really going on with this moon. I recommend you look into it yourself, as I was not able to fit as much as I wanted in this video.